Welcome to Crazy Fun PE with Mrs. T, the podcast that's on a mission to make school fun again. Every Monday morning, I'll wake you up with unique PE games, creative teaching ideas, and simple management tips that get kids moving, laughing, and having a total blast. Sometimes with a squeaky rubber chicken or two. I'm your host, Mrs. T. Now let's get moving.
Hello there, crazy awesome PE friends. Today we are chatting about something that is probably on the mind of just about every PE teacher this time of year. That very first day of PE. You know the one? The kids come flying through the gym doors full of energy. They're excited. They want to know what game you're going to be playing. They want to touch every single piece of equipment that they see. Somebody forgot their gym shoes. Somebody's asking if they can go to the bathroom before you've even gotten a chance to say hello. And you're standing there thinking, okay, here we go. But here's the good news. Your first day of PE does not have to feel crazy and chaotic. In fact, I believe your first class should be one of the most important classes that you teach all year because it gives you the chance to establish your routines, build relationships, set expectations, and of course, let your students experience right away just how much fun PE is going to be. So today, I am sharing the 7 steps that I personally use to create what I call my perfect PE first day back to school. And just so you know, I also have a completely free printable first day PE lesson plan that goes along with everything I'm talking about today. I'll tell you where you can grab that at the end of the episode. Okay, here we go. Step number 1, teach your entrance routine. The first thing I want students to learn when they come to PE is very simple. What do I do when I walk into the gym? Because if the answer is run around, grab a basketball, climb all over the equipment, ask Mrs. T 17 questions, we have a problem. So before the first day, ask yourself 2 key questions. Where exactly do I want my students to go when they enter the gym? And what exactly do I want them doing while they wait for class to begin? This might seem like a tiny thing, but it can completely change the way your classes start. One of my biggest management beliefs is that we should never assume kids automatically know our routines. We have to teach the routine just like we teach a skill. Here's what works really, really good for me. So when my students enter the gym, the first thing they do is they look at our daily PE agenda and learning target that I have posted on the whiteboard. That way they immediately know, what are we doing today? What PE skills are we focusing on? What games are we playing? Then they go directly to the black end line in my gym and they wait. Once they hear the music start, that is their cue to begin our 1-song warm-up. I allow my students to walk, jog, or skip, all in a counterclockwise direction during this time. And for my older students, 3rd grade and up, I do give them the option to dribble a basketball if they want, but absolutely no shooting at this time. Simple as that. Music starts, kids move, that's the routine, and they love it. And because I teach it on day number 1, pretty soon it becomes automatic, easy peasy. Step number 2, assign student numbers and squad spots. Okay, this is one of those little PE teacher tricks that I absolutely love. Every student gets a student number, or what I call a magic number. Okay, so nothing magical actually happens. Although, if you're an elementary teacher, calling something a magic number automatically makes it just so much cooler. I simply take my class list, usually alphabetically, and assign every student a number that belongs to them for the entire school year. And these numbers are so incredibly useful. You can use them for attendance, lineup order, partners, teams, stations, all sorts of stuff. I primarily use mine for two things: squad spots for group exercises and organizing my fitness stars. I'm not going to go deep into fitness stars in this episode. However, get ready to hear all about fitness stars and how awesome they are on future episodes of this podcast. Okay. And again, I start this and assign student numbers, magic numbers, on day number 1 because I want kids to learn those systems right away. Anything that saves me time for the other 179-ish days of school is totally worth spending a few minutes teaching on day number 1. Step 3, do some icebreakers. Now that we've talked about some procedures, it's time to have some fun. I think icebreakers are an absolute must on the first day, especially with elementary students. You may have kids who are super excited to come to PE, but you may also have kids who are super nervous. Maybe they're new to the school. Maybe they don't love sports. Maybe they had a PE teacher or experience somewhere else that made them feel uncomfortable. So I want the gym to feel welcoming immediately. One of the easiest things I do is a whole group get to know me question. And I actually do a question of the day. More about that later. But on the first day, nothing complicated, just simple and fun. And actually, I always use the same first day of school fun question. I ask, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? And that is when I share with them that my favorite ice cream flavor is Superman, and that it has been my favorite since I first tried it when I was 5 years old and in kindergarten. And even though I am 50 years old now, Superman is still my all-time favorite flavor of ice cream, even if it does stain my tongue and lips blue. The kids think that is super cool, and I've instantly made a cool connection with many of them with that one simple question. Then I quickly have students say their name and share their favorite flavor of ice cream. And while, yes, the kids are getting to know each other, guess who else is secretly learning names? Me. After that, I love doing a quick back to school summer action bingo activity. It gets the kids moving and talking and meeting classmates and discovering cool things that they did over their summer break. And most importantly, the gym starts feeling like a fun and friendly place to be. That's exactly the tone I want to create. You can get that whole bingo icebreaker activity for free. I will leave that link in the show notes for you below. Moving on to step number 4, explain your rules and expectations. So as you can see, we're kind of doing like this sandwich strategy, kind of like you do for parent-teacher conferences, like a good, something to work on, improve upon, and then back to the good. So we're sandwiching between rules and expectations and fun and making it all work there. So step number 4 again is explain your rules and expectations. And this one may surprise you. I do not spend 20 minutes going over a giant list of PE rules. Nope. I use the KISS method. Keep it simple, silly. Because if I stand there and tell a kindergarten student 14 rules, or even 5 for that matter, guess how many they're going to remember? Maybe 1. So I basically have one big PE expectation, and I call it respect for. Respect yourself, respect the teacher, respect others, and respect the equipment. That's it. Because really, that covers almost everything. Are you being safe? Respect yourself and others. Are you listening when somebody else is speaking? Respect the teacher. Are you kicking a basketball across the gym? respect the equipment. Keeping your rules simple gives you consistent language that you can use over and over again throughout the school year. And the best part, kids actually remember it. Step number 5, play a game. All right, we are doing that sandwich strategy again, and we are back to the fun. Yes, please play something on the first day that is super fun. I know we have routines to teach. I know we have procedures and expectations, but at some point, those kids are thinking, Mrs. T, when are we going to play? And I want them to leave that first class thinking, I cannot wait to come back to PE. So my first day game is almost always a simple, no equipment game. My all-time personal favorite is lightning tag. This game is ridiculously simple and incredibly fun. There's no equipment, there's basically no setup, and kids from kindergarten all the way through high school can play it. Here's how it works. Everybody spreads out around the playing area. When the game begins, everybody is it. Every student is trying to gently tag somebody else while also avoiding being tagged themselves. When you do get tagged, you sit down or take a knee. But here's what makes lightning tag different. You have to pay close attention to the person who tagged you, because as soon as that person gets tagged, you pop right back up lightning fast and you're back in the game. So kids aren't sitting for long, and because everybody is constantly getting tagged and getting back in, the whole game keeps moving and changing, and everyone's having tons of fun. Now, you know somebody's going to say, but Mrs. T, we tagged each other at the exact same time. Of course you did. So that's where one of my favorite PE problem-solving tools comes in, the famous rock, paper, scissors. If 2 students tag each other at the exact same time, they simply play a quick round of rock, paper, scissors. Winner stays up. Other players sits down. Problem solved. I also use something called a lightning break. If I look around and suddenly half the class is sitting on the floor, I just yell, stop the music really quick and yell, lightning break, and everybody pops back up and the game continues. And just as a quick reminder, because students are tagging with their hands, I always remind them, gentle tags, shoulders and below, that's my rule, works pretty well. We're not tackling each other like it's the Super Bowl. And sometimes I'll finish with an elimination round and declare a lightning champ. Kids absolutely love that, and they always come back on day number 2 begging to play lightning tag again. It's also important to play fun, clean, and upbeat music during games like this, because music absolutely changes the energy of the gym. And you're going to hear a lot about fun music playlists from me on this podcast moving forward. Okay, we are now moving on to step number 6, teach your cleanup signal. Eventually, the fun, boo-hoo, has to stop. So students need to know what that signal is and what they need to do as soon as they hear or see the signal. There are a million ways that you can signal cleanup. You can use a whistle, turn the music off, say freeze, ring a bell, use a cleanup song, clap a pattern, raise your hand, turn the lights off and back on. The actual signal you choose isn't nearly as important as being consistent with the one that you do choose. What works for me is extremely simple. I stop the music and I blow my whistle 3 times. That is the signal for my students to stop playing immediately, listen, and begin cleaning up the equipment right away. And again, because we practice it from day 1, it becomes automatic very quickly. And the faster your transitions become, the more time your students actually get to move and have fun. Finally, we have reached step number 7. Don't skip this step. Teach your dismissal routine. How are your students leaving the gym? Because the last 2 to 5 minutes of PE matter. You do not want to have an amazing class and then end with everybody sprinting out the door all wild and crazy. I use a simple 5-step dismissal routine that works amazing. First, 3 whistle blows. Students freeze and clean up. Second, everyone meets me back on that same black line where we started class. Third, I ask one very quick PE learning target recap question. On the first day, my learning target for my students is I can learn our PE class routines, try my best, have fun, and be kind, confident, and a safe teammate on my first day of PE. So I might ask, what is one routine we learned today? Or what are the 4 things we respect in PE? Nothing complicated, just one quick way to bring the learning back together. Fourth, and this is very important, I tell a funny sports joke, because obviously no PE lesson is complete until Mrs. T tells a fun and corny sports joke. However, I guarantee you if you put this joke of the day idea in place, your students will love it, and it'll give them yet another reason to get excited about your PE class. Then, 5th and finally, as students leave the gym, I give every kid a big smile and a giant high five, because I want the last thing that they experience in the gym that day to be positive. I want them to know that I truly care about them, and I can't wait to see them the next time in the gym. And then class dismissed. So there you have it, my 7 simple steps to a perfect PE first day. Number 1, teacher entrance routine. Number 2, assign student or magic numbers and squad spots. Number 3, break up the nerves with a few icebreakers. Number 4, keep your rules simple. 5, play a simple game and have some fun. 6, teacher cleanup signal. And finally, number 7, establish a consistent dismissal routine. Now, remember, this is just a guide to help you out. My original plan is designed around approximately a 45-50 minute elementary PE class. So, depending on your schedule, grade level, and number of students, you may need to shorten certain sections or move something to day 2. And that is completely okay. You do you. The most important thing is that when students leave your gym, after that very first PE class, they feel 3 things. I know what to do here. I feel successful here. And PE is crazy fun. Now, I promised you an awesome freebie. I have taken this entire first day plan and turned it into a completely free printable PE first day lesson plan that you can grab from my blog post on my website, love2teachandlearn.com. I have over, I don't know how many now, maybe like 160 blog posts on there. Tons of PE resources and information for free that you can just get on there when you get chance and check it out. So I will put the direct link in the show notes for you so you don't have to go hunting for it. And again, that will lead you to that free lesson plan. And if you want everything already done for you, I also have a complete 10-piece PE first day lesson plan resource bundle, which includes ready to print agenda labels, learning target posters, game lessons, my Respect For poster, and more. That is in my TPT store. Leave the link to that. And of course, that whole bundle is already included in my always growing PE mega bundle. So links in the show notes for you. Most importantly, have fun with your very first day. Your students do not need perfection. They need a teacher who is excited to see them, gives them clear expectations, makes them feel safe, and reminds them that school can actually be a pretty fun place to be. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today on Crazy Fun PE with Mrs. T. Oh, I almost forgot. Before we go, it's time for Mrs. T's Sports Joke of the Week. Why are baseball players so rich? Because they play on diamonds. Hey PE friends, if this episode gave you an idea you can use in your gym, I would love it if you'd follow the show, leave a quick 5-star review, and share this episode with another PE teacher who might need a little first day inspiration. Until next time, remember, if you had fun, you totally won. Now get out there and let's make school fun again together.